Hello everybody. Nothing says Christmas, does it, like a red-faced fella wandering around with a heavy load on his back, and that's what we've got for you today with Heat 2 of the Commerce World's Strongest Man from Los Angeles, California. Now already Heat 1 saw two men book their place in this year's finals, Mike Burke of the USA and England's Terry Hollands. Another Brit coming up for us today, it's Ben Kelsey, but he's facing a field that includes 6'9" of Viking power. Iceland isn't just famed for its volcanic landscape, it's also the home of two legends of this sport. Four-time champions John Paul Sigmarsson and Magnus Ver Magnusson. Now comes a new hope for the Viking nation. Giant Hafthor Bjornsson, a force of nature, looking to win his first crown. The big geezer from the land of big geezers won't have things all his own way, though, in Heat 2. Against him are ranged 5 other titans of this sport, all desperate to clinch one of the 2 automatic qualifying spots.
Caron, Canada. Rafal, Kobylarz, Poland.
Robert Oberst, United States.
Ben Kelsey, England.
Dave Ostlund, United States.
Hafthor Bjornsson, Iceland.
Wow, quite a lineup. And with details of the opening challenge for them, here's Caron.
Thanks, James. Well, we start Heat 2 with one of the ultimate tests of the athlete's ability. They've got to combine pure strength with cardiovascular endurance. Yes, it's the loading race. 2 barrels and 2 sacks, each weighing about 125 kilograms. Kaz, give the viewers at home an idea of an everyday object that weighs just about as much as one of these.
What comes to mind would be a small motorbike, maybe 125 cc's, to grab a hold of it and get it up to the chest and carry it down a 12-meter course. That's a tough task.
Yeah, I would rather them than me, because when they carry it down this course, they've got to lift it up onto a platform at the end. Try and describe the strength they're going to have to summon to do that.
Well, it's overall body strength. Their arms are going to be really fatigued. The barrels have handles. That'll be pretty easy for them on the first 2. When they get to the first sack, there's nothing to hold on to. They'll struggle. And on the 4th, the whole body is just completely drained. I'd be surprised if everybody finished the 4th implement.
Oh, wow. Well, lots to look forward to. Let's get straight out to the action.
Sapping the fatigue right from the very start. In a minute, 2 barrels, 2 sacks, weighing 19 stone for the barrels, 19.5 for the sacks. And at the end of the course, got to heft them up onto the platform as well.
From Poland, Rafal.
So we start with Rafal Kobylarz of Poland, 25 years old, 1.96 m, 6'5", 23 stone.
Dave Ostlund.
Dave Ostlund from Minneapolis, Minnesota. 25 stone and 6'7", 33-year-old. And the fireman from Oxfordshire, Ben Kelsey, his first appearance in World's Strongest Man. And he is the smallest man in the field, just 17.5 stone. So he'll be lifting more than his own body weight every time. And Colin, height here is going to help getting these weights onto the platform too.
Yes, Dave Ostlund and Kobylarz definitely have a height advantage when they get to the platform, but Kelsey, former discus thrower for Great Britain as a junior, he's very explosive, very fast, and of course he's not short at 6'2".
Absolutely right, and he's got leg speed. Ostlund in the yellow t-shirt, just with the lead at the moment, but Kelsey running in close in 2nd place. Don't forget the time limit is 60 seconds, but this is all about fastest time to complete the course. And Kelsey is struggling to get the final sack up. 38 seconds for Ostlund. That's a good quick time. The pole in 2nd, Kobylarz. And Kelsey will just about get it onto the platform in 50 seconds, about half of which was that final sack. The weight really taking its toll. So Dave Ostlund, 38.24. Wife Kate and son William there watching from the sidelines.
Yeah, and he's been out for a long, long time. Good to see Ostlund back. And such raw power with that sack, which is the most difficult bit.
From Canada,
Next up is Jean-François Caron, JF Caron, 3 times Canada's strongest man.
Robert
Just down the road in Santa Cruz, California, is home for Robert Oberst. The beard is strong with this one. And Hafthor Bjornsson, well, everything is strong with the Icelandic giant. Plays Mountain in Game of Thrones. So, back in Hollywood.
Your position!
Now, let's see who can produce the speed. Everybody looking at Bjornsson because of his height, because of his enormous power, but that doesn't mean you're great at everything, Colin.
It just about does with this guy, though. Look at this. The former basketball player for Iceland, of course. Super athlete. And my goodness, the sack's not a problem at all.
21 seconds for 3, and he's going back for the 4th one. And he is... Ooh. Well, that may be the first time I've ever seen him struggle with equipment. Real grimace on the face. 34.77 beats the previous best, and into 2nd place as well goes JF Caron. So that was a very quick heat indeed. We've got 1st and 2nd out of that one.
Well, Bjornsson not quite perfect, giving Caron just a lifeline there, and he took it. He's very fit, this French-Canadian. Well, once Big Thor had his mighty mitts on that sack, it was always going up. He's having a chat with Caron now.
Thor Bjornsson, well, the first race and a pretty comfortable win for you in the loading race. What's the secret to getting the speed right in this race?
Never stop running.
We've just seen your father in the crowd as well, just as tall. Are you all Vikings from Iceland?
Most of my family are all big. Both my father and my grandfather are both over 6'8", 6'9". And we are Vikings, we are strong, so yes.
Well, no surprise to see the giant from the frozen north, the early leader, but very respectable performances from the 2 men beneath him as well. Caron and Ostlund looking like worthy opponents for the Icelander. They'll need to stay at 100% if they're to keep up the pressure on Bjornsson as we head over to Paramount Studios for the next event. Fingal's Fingers is coming up. Welcome back to Commerce World's Strongest Man. We're here in New York City. No, wait, we're in Los Angeles, California. No, we're in Paramount Studios' famous New York City set, location for so many famous cop shows and crime dramas. And speaking of cop shows, look, here's the bill.
Hello.
Mr. Kazma, lovely to see you.
Thank you.
All sorts of drama in that first event. Next up, Fingal's Fingers, which they've got to make even tougher this year.
Well, they've tweaked the rules just a little bit, mainly for safety. You're not allowed to let the finger get under the shoulder and push it over that way.
All right, no more shoulder shunting. So what's going to be the key? How do they approach this?
Well, key really is the big pop. Stay with it on the upper arm. Get as aggressive as you can with the lower arm. Stay low with your body and just keep driving.
Big, wide strokes.
That's it.
All right. I'm guessing this is something for the big men. I mean, these are about 3.5 meters long, these cables weighing up to 320 kilos. Is this an event for Hafthor Bjornsson?
It surely is, you know, big, tall, strong. That's what it takes.
All right, well, after one event, the leader is Thor, and probably after this, they all will be. Let's rejoin the action.
I tell you what, if these were Fingal's Fingers, I would hate to see the rest of Fingal. 60 seconds to flip over these 5 fingers, the heaviest of which at 320 kilos is 50 stone. And they may be hinged, but that doesn't make them light. This is a real test of power and endurance.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Poland, Rafal.
So no resting it on the shoulder. This is all about muscle power. For Kobylarz in the dark blue, alongside him, Oxfordshire fireman Ben Kelsey, lying in 6th place. Struggle with that final sack.
Your position!
Now this is a straightforward race. Fingal, should you not know, a mythological Gaelic warrior hunter.
Well, the big Poles in the lead here ahead of Kelsey. Just as Kazmaier said, height's a big advantage when you're working around a pivot point.
Watch Ben lifting the weight and then walking his way along it. Gets heavier, of course, as the mechanical advantage works against you. And the fingers themselves getting longer and heavier. And this already is where the muscles are burning. The guys with the trolley behind, of course, just in case you drop it on yourself. Kobylarz going for the fifth one. Kelsey bails at 4. Look at the time. This could be very important. 44.81 for the pole. That's a really good run.
Yeah, Kelsey's given up 27 seconds for 3, and it's the first time they've both done it, and that's where someone normally finishes the first time. Kobylarz, all 5, first go, very impressive.
He is absolutely pumped up, Colin. Really worked hard for this.
Yeah, he managed to hold his form right to the end as well. Just enough energy to do it.
From Canada, JF.
So now it's not about completing the run, it is down to time. Kobylarz has already had 5 fingers, so the marker is 44.81. This is an all North American heat. Robert Oberst from Santa Cruz, California, former nightclub bouncer, got into strongman because one of the guys he worked with was a strongman competitor, and he thought, I'll give it a go. Caron a fraction ahead there, but look at the power now of Oberst starting to show.
I mean, he's a massive man, Oberst, as well. He's got to be best part of 6'8" tall. He might not be the tallest in the heat with Thor, but he's still huge.
He is on to finger number 4 at 25 seconds, so he is looking very quick indeed. Well, his rival, Jean-Francois, started lifting heavy things on a farm, and it kind of took off from there. Oberst missing his grip. The Canadian is out. Oberst now up against the clock, and that fumble there has cost him a chance perhaps to take the lead, but he looks like he might get this final finger in the minute. Gonna be close, just needs the tipping point. 3, 2, 1, and he is out of time as he gets vertical. That is tough.
That's hard to take.
Well, Jean-Francois Caron, 3 fingers, puts him in 4th place, and Robert Oberst only gets the 4 by a second. That fumble really cost him.
Yeah, let's have a look at the 4th again. Pretty easy, really, here. Had his elbows locked, used all that body weight, but that fumble in the 5th, exactly right, it cost him.
In lane 1, from the United States of America.
So now we have Dave Ostlund,
Ostlund,
property manager. Been competing in World's Strongest Man since 2005.
Hafthor
Bjornsson. Thor, 6'9", 30 stone. Won our first event.
Your position.
And up against him in the yellow t-shirt, Colin, Dave Ostlund. Back for the first time in World's Strongest Man since 2010 after a really major injury.
Absolutely, he had a horrible injury, snapping his patella tendons, his knees. They're all wrapped up to keep warm here. Now this is the kind of event he used to win, easily. But against Thor Bjornsson, this man's the evolution. He's bigger, he's stronger. Ostlund's doing his very best here. He's not far away.
Ostlund may well end up in 2nd place, but Thor Bjornsson gets 5 in 32.99 seconds. And 36.77, Dave Ostlund is 2nd fastest down the course. Great effort.
Big cheers there from the team Ostlund. Bjornsson, though, dominating again, under 33 seconds. Kept his elbows locked, kept driving. He did glance over there. He could see Ostlund moving. That probably surprised him a little bit.
So there is some opposition, and it came from Dave Ostlund.
Dave, 2nd place in fingers there. Congratulations. Are you pleased with that or a bit disappointed to have missed out to Thor?
A little of both. You know, this is probably on paper the best event for me in this heat, so I was hoping for 6 points here, but you know, the way it worked out, I know Caron and Oberst finished a little lower than I thought too, so it's not too bad. 2nd place, and time was okay, so I'm pretty happy.
This is your 7th World's Strongest Man, but we haven't seen you here since 2010. What brought you back this year?
Well, you know, I was gone. I had some knee problems, a couple knee surgeries, so I was kind of out of commission a couple of years, and this year, you know, it was a little bit earlier than expected, and I was just competing and did well at my last contest, and they gave me the call, so I figured why not.
Well, 2nd place in the group so far, Dave. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well, a blistering time for Bjornsson then, one of the fastest that we've ever had with the current setup, but Dave Ostlund's time very respectable too, and congratulations also go to Kobylarz, completing all 5 fingers at his first attempt. He now has a share of 3rd place, but all eyes are on the top of the table, where Thor is looking ominously strong, the only man in touching distance so far, the USA's Dave Ostlund.
Over the years, I've gotten a little bit of a reputation as encyclopedia of strongman. I know a lot, I remember a lot from watching it as a kid, and I feel that that does help me. I can kind of draw upon mistakes people have made, try to learn from those, and improve upon my own performance. 2008 was my best finish. I was 3rd. Everything kind of clicked that year. Last time I competed here was 2010. I had a couple knee injuries afterward, ruptured a quadriceps tendon, had 2 surgeries. Got to the point where I was wondering if 2010 was my last year, so to make it back is personally a very big victory for me, but of course just getting here isn't enough. Once you're here you want to compete well, and that's what I intend to do.
The next challenge for Ostlund and the rest of Heat 2 is the deadlift, an ancient test of strength taking place now in the very modern setting of Paramount Studios.
So in this deadlift, in a 60-second period, you have to lift a cage full of barrels, hold it, lower it, and every time you complete 1 rep, another barrel drops in. That means the tireder you get, the harder it becomes. Oxford's Ben Kelsey managed 4 reps. Impressive in 24.95. The maximum could be 7. Who's going to get there? Robert Oberst, 4 reps as well, 19.04 for the big American. And for our poll, tied in 3rd place, 5 reps for Kobylarz, 24.83.
From the United States of America.
So the mark is at 5 reps. Dave Ostlund lying in 2nd place, just behind Thor Bjornsson, ahead of a 3-way tie for 3rd. First complete rep. In goes the next 2.5 stone. Rep number 3 brings the weight up to 310 kilos. Colin, this is just more and more agony being piled on the athletes.
He's a good athlete. We've seen that in Fingal's fingers. We've seen that in the running event to start with. This is the real test of just how much gym strength Ostlund still has. And he goes down with the 5th. He doesn't make it.
Well, that means Rafal Kobylarz, our power lifter from Poland, is the leader still with 5 reps. Ostlund in 2nd place.
Well, this was the 4th one. He was already straining to lock it out. You have to get your hips through, shoulders back. He was never getting the 5th.
The man who might is Hafthor Bjornsson, the mountain from Iceland. Well, he's the latest in a line of epic strongmen from a tiny nation, just 323,000 Icelanders. That's less than the population of Coventry. That's certainly a high mark to live up to, with legendary names that have preceded him. But you imagine that Thor will probably end up shaving them all. If he stays fit and interested, and Hollywood doesn't have too many calls on him.
He's a tall man, but he overcomes his problems with long arms. He's actually quite a good body shape for deadlifting, Thor.
Well, he's a good body shape for everything. He's won the first 2 events already, and this is to take a joint lead here. This is the 5th rep, and he did make that look like he can do at least a 6. That was well under 30 seconds. Ooh. He was struggling to break the inertia there.
Last one.
No.
Ah. He's not going to give us it.
Well, he bailed out early on that one. Even as he took the strain, 6 was enough.
The leader of the deadlift with 6 lifts and 33.4.
I think he might be right. 6 might just be enough, Colin.
Well, I guess he's saving his energy for the final, if you like. There'll be a lot of this kind of stuff there.
From Canada, J.F. Caron.
Now, what about J.F. Caron? This man, a former deadlifting champion. This really plays to his strengths. So the French-Canadian, 22 stone, 6'2". 3-time Canada's strongest man.
So fast off the floor as well. Here comes number 4. He's a second or 2 ahead of Bjornsson, but he may well do all 7. Let's hope so.
Well, Bjornsson 33.44 seconds for 6. This is going to be very close. If he's quicker to 6, and he just about is, that puts him into the lead. Checking the time. Is he going to go for 7? He doesn't need to. He's got the lead at the moment. No, decides against it, just preserving a little bit of strength, but he takes the lead on time. That's an excellent effort. 30.1 seconds.
The winner of the deadlift for reps for Group 2, from Canada, JF Caron.
Well, I think he had a pretend pull at that last one, didn't he? Just a little feel. I think on a different day he might have gone for it, but maybe it's just a little heavy today, and he's got the win anyway.
Well, JF, 6 lifts in 30.13 seconds and a win for you in the deadlift for reps. How important was that after your performance in the fingers?
Oh, I'm happy about that. I know the deadlift is my best event. I don't have choice to win that. I gave 100%, but disappointed about the last one. I take a break. I think it's not a good idea. I hope I can retry that even with the same weight in the future.
It's great to see you back here at World's Strongest Man. You come back to a field of tough competitors. What was your impression when you saw your group for the qualification rounds?
Impressive by the size of the guy. I have all the giant in my heat with finger. I never tried this event before, but I'm happy. But maybe it's the toughest group, but good thing this year, 12 guys in final. I get my 100% on each event.
Well, best of luck.
Thanks you.
So the Canadian beating the Icelander in the deadlift by a full 3 seconds. There's another impressive performance from the newcomer Kobylarz, but less good news for England's Kelsey. He props up Group 2 overall, but look at Bjornsson at the top. With the Icelander a full 5 points clear after just 3 events, it's already looking like a battle for the second qualifying spot. Well, coming up shortly on World's Strongest Man, boom, it's the Viking press. It's all about the deltoids and the quads. Their deltoids and these quads, these chunky all-terrain vehicles, which the strongmen have to push over their heads as many times as they can in 60 seconds, just like the Vikings used to do in days of yore. Viking press then, in the next part of World's Strongest Man. Welcome back to World's Strongest Man in Los Angeles. It's Heat 2, where so far the big story has been the big Viking, Hafthor Bjornsson. In event 1, the loading race, the Icelander making a real statement of intent. And he took the next event, 2, fingers. And nice to see here a good performance from Dave Ostlund after 3 years away from the competition with injuries. JF Caron then put the cat among the pigeons, beating Bjornsson in the deadlift. Which means that with 3 events to go and Bjornsson well clear on top, there's an interesting battle for second, just 1 point between Caron and Ostlund. Back now to Cara Robinson at the Commerce Casino.
Thanks, James. Well, Bjornsson might be the runaway leader, but this is likely to slow him down a little bit. The car walk, 60 seconds to carry a 455-kilogram car across 25 metres. Visually, this is extreme weight at its best, and over the years, there's been plenty of in-car entertainment.
What kind of in-car entertainment are we going to see here today? 60 seconds to complete the 25-metre course. 71.5 stone the car, stripped of all its guts. Kelsey in 6th position after 3 events. The fireman from Oxford unlikely to qualify here unless something really changes. Now, Rafal Kobylarz, the pole, is in that 4-way battle for runner-up spot. So he has set the time with which Kelsey is tempting himself. This is one of the world's most travelled small cars, and all of it, Colin Bryce, almost done on foot. Kelsey already struggling, but he's got the balance of the car right, at least.
Yeah, it's real Fred Flintstone stuff, though. He's hardly skedaddling away here. It's pretty slow at the moment, and every time you go down it, the pickup is very difficult.
Got to remind yourself, when you see the size of Kelsey sticking out through what is probably the biggest sunroof in the world. This is actually a full-size car. Right, it's a small car, but it's not a toy. It is a genuine car, and he still makes it look like it's tiny.
Oh, I mean, it's 1,000 pounds, 455 kilos, and look at the balance. It's horrible as he bobbles along. 50 seconds. He's just behind Kobylarz, who's still in pole position.
I don't think Kelsey's going to win many friends back at the station if he introduces this kind of fireman's lift, but it's great training for him nonetheless.
It's his first year. I don't think Kelsey had too many expectations here, and this is a good one to finish.
And to make it this far is a fantastic result for the young Brit anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from the United States
I would love
of
to
America,
see some of these guys actually getting into one of these cars with seats still in. They'd be like Hightower out of Police Academy, tearing the front seats out to try and sit in and drive it from the back. Dave Ostlund, let's see what he can produce. Really pushed very hard in Fingal's fingers. And again, he's in this four-way tie for the guaranteed second spot and a place in the final.
He's such a professional as well. Before the event started, he practiced picking it up again and again to get the balance, and it's just started to go wrong there at the 15-meter mark. I just hope his knees are up to this.
Time to beat on the top right of your screen, 46.8 seconds from Kobylarz, and he's going to do that, oh, comfortably, 34 seconds. That is a racing time from Dave Ostlund. Second in the Fingal's fingers, and he is the leader here in the car walk at the moment.
Well, he dropped it once. It could be done better, that's for sure, but still, it's comfortably the leader and did well at the end there to just get it over.
from Canada.
Well, next up, JF Caron currently lies in second place. Don't forget, second place at the end of the contest. Guaranteed spot in the World's Strongest Man final. Third place, potential for a wild card. So what he really wants to do is not lose ground to Ostlund here, and he won't hopefully lose ground to Kobylarz either. Look at the focus from the French-Canadian, but he hasn't got the speed, Colin, and those rear wheels are dragging dangerously close to the tarmac as well.
Well, he chose quite a low pickup for a quick start, but it could come back to bite him here if one of those wheels digs in.
Well, he's struggling for balance as well. You can see how much this is taking out of him. 34 seconds is the time, and he noses it into the ground, and the time has gone, so he is going to drop behind our deadlift winner. Oh, and now he's really hemorrhaging time. Kobylarz is the mark that he's got to try and beat, and he goes behind him as well. 44 seconds. Yeah, very frustrated with himself, JF Caron.
Let's have a look at that again. He goes down as that front tyre just clips the tarmac and sends him off balance. That was unlucky. It could send him out of the final.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Iceland.
Pressure on for the men chasing Hafthor Bjornsson. 25-year-old leader after 3 events, hasn't won them all, but he still has the big point score. And only injury really now is going to be his enemy. Again, he does make it look a bit like a kiddie coupe, but it is a genuine car that he is almost breaking into a trot with down the run.
It's just ridiculous. I mean, this is a proper car, and you now realise how broad he is. He's massive, Bjornsson.
And insanely fast as well. 22 seconds. He takes 12 seconds out of Ostlund's time. Wow, no one's going to come close, surely.
Let's see if he can get out of here. Well, he's not too tired, no problems there.
Well, they ought to add that to the contest then.
But look at his foot speed and look at those big knees. Big joints certainly help with this. And he's the leader, comfortably.
Robert Oberst next up, full-time strongman, college footballer as well from Santa Cruz, California. Full-time carer for his brother who suffers with cerebral palsy as well. See his wife in the crowd there cheering. She's wearing pink. Robert often does as well to represent his mother's battle with cancer. So he's a real family man.
His start not too good here. He's waddling from side to side, doesn't look entirely comfortable with this Oberst.
Well, the balance here is so important. It just adds to the struggle if the athlete's staggering from wheel to wheel.
Oh, just goes backwards there a couple of steps, doesn't he? And now he's forwards again.
You see the car swaying around so much, and he's really in trouble here.
Big grimace on his face there. The back wheel clips the ground again.
Again, this might put him out of the race for that wild card third place. This is not a good event. He's losing points and he's in trouble. That last lift hurt.
Well, fatigue, whatever it is, that's disappointment for Robert Oberst.
And that is a man who is in real pain as well. That might not just be the end of this event, that might possibly be the end of the contest for him. I'm looking very concerned.
Let's hear it one more time for Robert Oberst.
Colin, Oberst is really in a lot of discomfort there.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of disappointment as well. The big fella was looking to go to the finals. He's been outstanding in one-day competitions, and this is a big blow for him.
Well, another easy victory for Bjornsson, while behind him, Ostlund and Caron's battle for second place is intensifying. But there's really bad news for Robert Oberst. After the American could only struggle his way to 17 meters, in the medical tent it emerges that a torn hamstring will now put him out of the rest of this year's contest. Tremendous shame for the American and the competition. Here's how the remaining athletes stand, though. Ostlund and Caron in an almighty battle for second spot, with the newcomer Kobylarz still an outsider to challenge them. But there's only one star performer in Group 2, Mighty Thor, 7 points ahead.
I'm in 4th season in Game of Thrones. The producers found me online. They heard about some big guy from Iceland who could move and was strong, and that's exactly what they needed for that role. They liked me and I got the part. I've gained around 10 kilos since last year. I'm stronger, I'm faster, I'm healthier. I have no injuries at the moment. This year my goal is to win the World Strongest title. It was 18 years ago since Magnus got home with the title. The event in the final suits me well. I really look forward to hopefully make the finals and hopefully bring the title back home to Iceland.
Well, he's currently conquering Heat 2 in fine fashion. Behind him, a bit of a three-way battle for second place with Caron, Rafal, Kobylarz and Dave Ostlund. Next up, it's these beasts here, these all-terrain vehicles in the Viking press. Now, we've already seen with Robert Oberst and his hamstring, unfortunately, how much damage this competition can do. Where's this event going to hurt them?
Well, he's definitely going to need legs, because that's where all the drive comes from. Once that's initiated, the hips snap forward, the shoulders push up, the tricep locks out. It's an overall body exercise.
Right, and the width of the grips as well, that poses the wide men more of a problem.
It really does, because a lot of them don't fit inside the apparatus. So they're going to struggle to get into a comfortable position all the way through the lifts.
All right, it's not about comfort, it's the Viking press.
I love the way Kaz makes these things sound so simple. Just push with the quads, through the hips, and up go the arms. Well, at 160 kilos per rep, that's 2 normal people or 1 strong man. That's 24 stone. That is an awful lot to try and lift above your head as many times as you can in 60 seconds.
Please welcome from Iceland.
So the Viking press and the Viking Thor, leader after 4 events. This is make or break for Poland's Rafal. Kobylarz really needs a big result here to try and get up into second position. Then Kelsey, 2 reps in the 60 seconds. And of course now with Robert Oberst out of the competition, we have 4 guys left. Bjornsson gets the elbows locked out. Ooh, Kobylarz though struggling to get that first rep. Bjornsson on 3. Kobylarz is being told twice, no lift, Colin.
Well, what happens is you're allowed to use your legs once, but if you dip again, it's called double dipping. And it's not allowed. Bjornsson smiles back to the referee. He knows he's doing a little cheat there, but he doesn't mind. He's got 6.
He has got 6, and Kobylarz, for all his effort, got 0.
With 6 repetitions from Iceland, Hafthor Bjornsson.
Big Thor, a push press, that was allowed, but then later on, one bend of the knee is good, a second one, not allowed.
United States of America,
Bjornsson has the lead. What about Dave Ostlund? College shot and discus thrower.
representing Canada.
Does not like squats and axles. This might not play to his strengths. And JF Caron, well, he's a deadlifter, but above the shoulders, that might be slightly different. This, though, is the real crunch. They are tied. And whoever is ahead at the end of this, Colin, will get that second spot, and the other one has to gamble that they might get a wild-card entry to the final.
Well, look at Caron, blasted up all legs, but Ostlund on the right here, he almost double dips. He kind of leans backwards, and he's really working the rules there, almost bench pressing it up.
This is insane. Caron trying to lock out for 8. Oh, he did just get it. So Ostlund 2 behind. And Caron has got it. He's going for 9. He can't even get there. But that was a massive effort from Caron. Dave Ostlund, 6 reps, tied in second place with Thor Bjornsson. But a great win, and a vital one perhaps for JF Caron. He eases ahead of the American with Atlas Stones, Ostlund's favourite event, coming next.
More success for the Canadian, putting one over Bjornsson in the Viking press, and more importantly, over Ostlund too. Rafal Kobylarz will be very disappointed with his performance. So while overall Bjornsson is way ahead in the battle for second place, Caron has now taken a 1.5 point lead over his American rival. Kobylarz and Kelsey now out of the race. Bjornsson then is through to the final. JF Caron is favourite to join him. No one, though, will be writing off Dave Ostlund. Stay with us for the final test for Group 2, the classic strongman event, the Atlas Stones. Welcome back to Universal Studios Hollywood, where we've got a blockbuster event for you next. It's the Atlas Stone. Over to Colin and first Martin with the rules.
Thank you, James. This is Dave Ostlund's favourite event. In 60 seconds, you have to lift 5 stones up onto platforms. And as the stones get heavier, mercifully, the platforms get lower. But that doesn't lessen the challenge because the muscles get more tired. Ben Kelsey from Great Britain, 3 stones in 48.94 seconds. The Oxfordshire Fireman's first time in World's Strongest Man. And that's a very respectable performance for the young man. He's still learning. Well, Rafal Kobylarz will not make it through to the final either. He cannot now make it even into 3rd position, but he is still going up against Thor Bjornsson with the stones. And this is the archetypal strongman competition. Bjornsson is our winner here, that's guaranteed. The battle, though, the grudge match, Caron versus Ostlund, that will come up next. The other element to this, Colin, is King of Stones. Now, that's a title that Bjornsson won last year. All 30 athletes in our 5 heats will be trying to compete for that title as well.
Yeah, it's something he was very proud of last year. He beat Brian Shaw, he beat everyone from all the other heats. And look at this, 17 seconds, around about 20, that's magnificent.
21.33 seconds. Ridiculous speed from Bjornsson. Go on, go and do the other one for Kobylarz as well. He wants the crowd on his side. These guys are gentle giants, but they are showmen as well. Can't get the grip.
Hafthor, Bjornsson.
Yeah! Who's the king? I am!
And you know who that shout out to? That's to Brian Shaw, who he'll be seeing in the final, I'm sure. And this is the last event at the final.
And it's his favourite, Atlas Stones. Thor Bjornsson makes them look like Atlas pebbles. This is ridiculous. Just look at the size of him.
Please welcome from the United States of America.
So now, for second place in this competition and a guaranteed spot in the final.
Canada.
3rd place, potentially a wild card spot in the final. Caron has the lead, but there's Dave's wife, Kate, and son, William. This is Ostlund's event. How is this going to play out? Oh, and Caron struggles on the very first one to get that grip.
Well, JF Caron, in everybody's book, was the man to go through with Bjornsson in this heat. Ostlund come back from horrible injuries, and he's giving it everything in his favourite event. Things are going well so far for him.
Well, he's already completed 3. That's 3 now for Caron and 4 for Ostlund, so he is ahead. And Caron has to beat Kobylarz 29.73 if he's only making 4, and he doesn't. And as Ostlund completes the course, Caron now must get the 5th one to finish in 3rd spot.
20 seconds to go. And he's fumbling. Less than 20 seconds to go.
This is agony. This for a guaranteed spot in the final, or the potential for a wild card entry. Will these two both go through? My maths isn't good enough. Caron has completed all 5 stones.
Dave Ostlund.
So Dave Ostlund, 2nd on the Atlas Stones event, but in 3rd place overall on points, because JF Caron had done enough to hold on to that 2nd place overall, and he will be in the final.
Well, Ostlund's magnificent. If there's anyone who deserves a wildcard spot after all the injuries and time away, it's that man. But it's JF who's guaranteed.
JF, you made the final in World's Strongest Man in 2012. You missed out on the event entirely in 2013. 2014, you're back. You've made it into the final. How good does that sound?
Oh, I'm very happy about that. It's a tough group this year. Great course again with my friend Dave. I hope Dave can have a wildcard place, because I have a lot of point too, just 0.5 between us. I'm really happy about that. I just want to raise my ranking from 2012 of the 8th place. Now I want more.
Good performance here in the Stones, but struggled slightly with the last one. How determined were you to get it up on top?
Oh, I just want to do a safe run, because I just must do 5 stones and that's it. But the last one is slip, because the weather is cold here. Taiki is not good for that. I'm really nervous on the last one, but I want just go safety and made all the stones for my 2nd place spot.
Well, the crowd were right behind you. Good luck in the final.
Yes, thank you very much.
5 steady stones enough to guarantee JF Caron his qualifying place. Congratulations also to Dave Ostlund, returning after 3 years of injuries to run the Canadian close. There's no doubt, though, about the king of the stones, Hafthor Bjornsson, who's dominated Heat 2 from start to finish, putting up a blistering time in the final to wrap up 1st place with 33.5 points.
Well, another 2 places taken in the final then. Now, next time out, Heat 3 looks a particularly intriguing one, featuring as it does one of Britain's top hopes, Eddie Hall. Eddie just missed out on a place in the finals last year in Sanya, China. This year, he's up against the tough American Jerry Pritchard. How will he get on? You can find out next time out on World's Strongest Man. We'll see you for that soon.
The biceps continue to bulge tomorrow night at 8 with more from the World's Strongest Man. Next tonight on Channel 5, Money Worries in Can't Pay. We'll take it away after the news headlines.